A brand goes through a life cycle like everything else. It goes through development, introduction, growth, maturity, and eventually decline. Like everything else in life, it too has a certain life cycle. Now, every brand grows in strength with investment, with marketing investment, and without the support, it generally declines. Now, human nature is one of fickleness. And like they say, out of sight, out of mind. And so to be in the sight of the target consumer and in the minds of the regular consumer or the target consumer, a regular communication channel needs to be established. Communication channels can be static, like the big in-your-face billboards that you see, that you pass while driving on the highway. Or they can be regular media communication, sort of buzz in your ear in the web sphere, images and pictures and sounds, videos, simple reminders of the brand or the product of the company. Something that keeps the thing alive in front of your eyes. Irritating at times, but important from a manufacturer's perspective. Unfortunately, a lot of these communications come at a cost. So a prudent investment is necessary. Now, unless you're generating huge traffic on your own websites, there is normally an incremental cost in using a sounding platform. However, maintaining a brand is a different matter. These days, when there is an overload of information, good data analytics and good hearing tools are very critical to monitor what is going on with all the buzz, the hype that is created in the media space. It is very important to ask, what are people talking about? Now, if you think about it, how is the virtual image of the brand or product being developed online? What and when does a company need to step in to remedy or to comment on an online post? These are important questions. These days, most brands live in a virtual world, in an electronic world or on the web. People research the brand, the product, even before looking and feeling for it. If you're not there in the web, you probably do not even exist. And this is true even for us as individuals, as human beings. Usually there are over thousands of reviews and opinions that are generated. And the last place to review a brand or a product is in the organization's website. So in this setup, it is critical that for the sustainability of a brand, a good amount of investment is made and sustained, and usually needs to be also generally increased or progressed owing to inflation, if nothing else, over time. But it is not necessary to invest in all your brands. You have to be strategic in nature. You need to think, where does your investment bring in your greatest return? And invest in those that are ready or accretive to the business rather than just merely stable. Sometimes the corporate brand as an umbrella is also a better investment strategy, but not necessarily always as well. Now, if you think back, or if you think to our modern day example as well, one could very well argue that the Kit Kat brand for confectionery is as powerful as the Nestle brand. When Nestle actually owns the brand, they bought it off from Rowntree a couple of years back, but the brand itself seems to be much bigger in the confectionery world than the company that owns it. Or for that matter, Vegemite, which is an iconic Australian brand for a spread on toast, but mind it doesn't taste that great, or at least for me, has a much bigger and better brand presence in the category than Kraft. Okay, Kraft no longer owns it, it's now gone back to its original owners. But you get the point. Sometimes the brand is more famous than the owner, as in the case of another confectionery brand, Cadbury's. To answer the question of whether a brand can live forever, which is the second part of the question, I would very vehemently say no. A brand cannot live forever. I cannot think of more than maybe 3 brands, with Kikkoman is the only one that comes to mind that has been around for more than 300 years. The rest is a little bit difficult for me to even try and contemplate. The brands will die and re-emerge, but to sustain them, one has to keep delivering a very high quality product at a price that is attractive, one that it has built and matured a fan following, and one that you are willing to regularly invest in by announcing its presence and is seen as being attractive in the consumer's eyes. Very importantly, it is imperative to ensure the brand does not attract any negative publicity as well, as these can live on for a very, very long time and haunt the company for decades.